Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing about time. Doing about time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody could be here today. Man, holy freaking Toledo, what a sports weekend we have. And it just kept on going today, and we're going to talk all about it. I guarantee it. It's a good thing this show is 2 hours long. That's right, 2 hours every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
That's right, Sean Mann, the update man, with me today. Before we get him back on the air, let's get all the particulars out of the way. What do you say? They're listening to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. You want to hang out in our chat room and you're not a member of Spreaker, SPREAKER.com, it is free. Go over there, sign up, get yourself a free account, and come and hang out in our chat room. You want to get in touch with the show? 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with the show anytime you want. Anything we're talking about today, just give us a ring and give us your opinion. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Just type in Sports World Radio on Yahoo, Bing, and Google, and you'll find us, I guarantee it. All one word, anywhere, number one. Just go ahead, type in Sports World Radio, you'll find us. I guarantee it. We're out there everywhere. Everywhere. With all that out of the way, and we also had our football league going on. If you haven't joined that, there's still time to get in. Head on over to our Facebook page, and it's right there at the top of the post. You can join that. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say, hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this 8th of September, 2014. It is 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. Weather right now is like in the 70s or 80s. It's pretty cool right now.
Bastard.
How are you, Jeff, and how is sunny San Diego? Pretty
Beautiful.
hot as always, I guess, huh?
It's beautiful. Look who's in the house, Laura. Laura. How you doing there?
Hello there, Laura. It is good to see you. Welcome.
That's right. Lots to talk about. We had the first weekend of football. We're going to talk about as many games as we can today. So much to get to. Sean, where are we starting off today?
Breaking news from the NFL. As you all know, it's been an interesting day. Ray Rice has been suspended and actually not suspended, terminated from the Baltimore Ravens. Not going to get too much into this until we continue to get more evidence, but he was cut today by Baltimore.
Evidence?
Jeff,
Evidence? How much more evidence can you get than a video showing Ray Rice smacking his wife for no reason?
Ray Rice was let go by the Ravens on Monday and suspended indefinitely by the NFL after a video was released that appeared to show the running back striking his then fiancée back in February. The grainy video released by TMZ Sports showed Rice and Janae Palmer in an elevator at an Atlantic City casino.
Now, if the NFL and Roger Goodell saw this video, Roger Goodell's in trouble, and so is the NFL. Okay, if they didn't see the video, then they're not in so much trouble because now he's been terminated from the team and suspended from the NFL. But if he has seen that video and did what he did and gave him a 2-game suspension, holy Toledo. You know what I'm saying? If If Roger Goodell saw what happened in the elevator and only gave him a 2-game suspension, Roger Goodell needs to be fired.
I was working on a college course today, Jeff, and you, of course, sent some videos of that. That was pretty sad.
I know.
To
I
see
sent
that
the video
happen
to
with
you
all
so
that
you could see
evidence.
it. I sent the video of it so I made sure that you saw it. He smacked her twice in the elevator. And the second time she hit her head against the rail and it was unconscious. Knocked out. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. And I bet you she don't even remember any of that. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, there's proof, girl. Right there. And too bad the courts can't go after him for what he did. Because it's double jeopardy. That's what they call it. They can't go and do anything to him. But the Baltimore Ravens can do exactly what they did. And that's terminate him. Released him. And now the NFL has suspended him. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to reiterate it again. If Roger Goodell and the NFL saw that video and gave him a 2-game suspension, Roger Goodell needs to be fired immediately. If not sooner. Because that's disgusting.
Yeah, that is disgusting indeed with the evidence, and you never, ever hit a girl. And that was just a bad thing for him to do. Great football player, but this is something he'll have to live with for the rest of his life.
Who
The
knows
NFL
if he's
also took action saying on Twitter.
Is he gonna be able to play in the NFL ever again? I doubt it.
Jeff, I doubt it too. It's a debate, is what it is. The key word is debate in that sentence I'm saying, because then you're wondering, okay, who are the takers? Who are people who are teams out there that would want him? I don't think anybody would want him.
Dallas Cowboys.
I thought,
take
the
him.
Dallas Cowboys could be one, because every time a player would get busted or something bad, Jerry Jones would always have to deal with that player. Or the Oakland Raiders were a possibility. I looked at 2 teams for destinations for Ray Rice. But as far as their others go, I don't think so.
Well, he's suspended from the NFL right now, so he can't even play indefinitely. So a team can't even go after him. I think he's done. I think his career is over in the NFL. I think his career is over in the NFL.
Laura, you bring up a good point. Do none of these executive owners do a background check? That's a good point. That's a good question. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, from what I understand, the NFL had the same opportunity to get all the evidence that the prosecutor had for the case against Ray Rice. You're telling me that TMZ outbid the NFL for the video? Are you kidding me? Really? Get the hell out of here. Roger Goodell, you need to go, bro. You need to go. You screwed the pooch on this one. Big time, buddy. You need to go as well. Because you can't tell me that you did not see what happened in the elevator. I don't believe that. You have ex-FBI agents working for the NFL. I don't believe that. You screwed the pooch. Big time, Goodell.
I didn't want to get into it too much. The Encyclopedia Man, thank you so much for trying to tell me not to make too much about Roger Goodell, because we have a lot of other stories to get to, but that is one of the big stories that's going on. The next story we get to, we're going to move to college football right now, kind of saving this games until second hour. The NCAA, they lifts Penn State's bowl ban. Full scholarships to be restored in 2015. The NCAA announced Monday that Penn State's bowl ban has been immediately lifted and that the program's full allotment of 85 scholarships will be restored for the 2015-2016 season. Jeff, I think that's a good deal for Penn State after all the trauma they dealt with what sick and evil Jerry Sandusky did. even though we're not really into college football.
I could care less. I could care less. I don't really care. It doesn't do anything for me or to me, so I don't really care. You know? I don't. I could give 2 flying fig Newtons that the NCAA lifted Penn State's and gave them all their scholarships. I could care less.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I'm not really much into college football, NCAA, but I would say it's a good thing for them. Get the program healing a bit, help them out, and that makes a huge difference.
There's bigger stories than Penn State getting their scholarships back. Who gives a flying fig Newton when you got people like Ray Rice screwing up and you got people like an NBA owner, Bruce Levinson, who sent an email to Danny Ferry about, how do I say this correctly? Well, how do I say it? About black people versus white people being at Atlanta Hawks basketball games. What's up with that?
That's nuts. I saw
What's
that
up with
too.
that? You know
I
what?
think it was a few days ago.
Yeah, and we're going to get it. Yeah, well, it happened over the weekend. We're going to
That's
get
right.
into that story when we come back from this quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Shawn Man on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Shawn Rand, bringing you the fastest 2 hour of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here in Sports World Radio, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
All right, so before we went to break, I teased you guys about Bruce Levinson, the minority owner of the Atlanta Hawks for the NBA. He sent out this letter to Danny Ferry. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Have you seen it, Shawn?
I have not seen it, but the floor is yours.
I have the letter right here in front of me. You know me. I'm going to talk about something. I have it right here in front of me. I'm going to read bits and pieces of this for you guys because it's pretty interesting. And I want to figure out where I want to start from. And remember, this. You know what? I'm going to start right from the beginning. Well, let's see how far I can go. Here we go. This is from Bruce Levinson, owner of the NBA Hawks. From day one, I have been impressed with the friendliness and professionalism of the arena staff, food vendors, ushers, ticket takers, etc. In our early years, when I would bring folks from D.C., they were blown away by the contrast between our Poland's Arena and Phillips Arena. Of this is attributable to Southern hospitality and manners, but Bob and his staff do a good job of training. To this day, I cannot get the ushers to call me Bruce, yet they insist on me calling them by their first names. The non-premium area food, okay, well, we don't need any of that. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. Regarding game ops, I need to start with some background for the first couple of years we owned the team. I didn't much focus on game ops. Then one day a light bulb went off. When digging into why our season tickets base is so small, I was told it was because we can't get 35 to 55 white males and corporations to buy season tickets, and they are the primary demo for the season tickets around the league. When I pushed further, folks generally shrugged their shoulders. Then I start looking around our arena during games and noticed the following. It's 70% black, the cheerleaders are black, the music is hip-hop, at the bars it's 90% black, there are a few fathers and sons at the games. We are doing after-game concerts to attract more fans, and the concerts are either hip-hop or gospel. Then I start looking around at other arenas. It is completely different. Even in D.C., with its affluent black community, never has more than 15% black audience. Before we bought the Hawks, and for those couple of years immediately after an effort to make the arena look full in the NBA's urging, thousands and thousands of tickets were being given away, predominantly in the black community, adding to the overwhelming black audience. My theory is that black crowds scared away the whites, and there are only simply not enough affluent black fans to build a significant season ticket base. Please don't get me wrong. There was nothing threatening going on in the arena back then. I never felt uncomfortable, but I think Southern whites simply were not comfortable being in an arena at a bar where they were in the minority. On fan sites, I would read comments about how dangerous it is around Phillips, yet in our 9 years, I don't know of a mugging or even a pickpocket incident. This was just racist garbage. When I hear some people saying the arena is the wrong place, I think this is code for there are too many blacks at the game. And it goes on and on and on. How about that?
That's crazy.
Here, I've been open with our executives team about these concerns. I have told them I want some white cheerleaders and white, I don't care what the color of the artist is. I want the music to be music familiar to 40-year-old white guys, if that's our season ticket demo. I have also balked when every fan picked out of the crowd to shoot shots in some timeout contest is black. I even bitched that the kiss cam is too black. Gradually, things have changed. My unscientific guess is that our crowd is 40% black now. Still 4 to 5 times all the other arenas. And my further guess is that 40% still feels like 70% to some whites at our game. Our bars are still overwhelmingly black. This is obviously a sensitive topic, but sadly I think it is far and away the number one reason our season ticket base is so low.
That's nuts, and that's crazy for a Hawks owner to do that. And now this is a distraction for the Hawks organization, especially, Jeff, with it being a month till the NBA season begins in late October.
It's crazy, huh? So now the NBA is looking about maybe removing Mr. Bruce Levinson. How about that? Now let me ask.
In my opinion, the biggest thing since Donald Sterling.
Well, no. I'll see. Okay, there's a see. I'm going to explain. Well, I'm going to explain something to you. Okay. This conversation. Okay, about how many percentage of blacks are in the stand? It's 70% black. The cheerleaders are black. The music is black. Okay, who freaking cares? Okay, NBA owners, NBA executives have these conversations all the time. To me, I don't find this as bad as the Donald Sterling thing. I don't. This is not racist like Donald Sterling. He's just saying the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts.
The truth does hurt, and sometimes you know, when you have to admit honesty, that's what you have to do. And when it hurts, it hurts. But
now you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Detroit, okay? Mm-hmm. These teams have these conversations all the time. All the time. Okay? It's a long, long letter. Okay? And I only read portions of it. All right? To me, I don't think he should be taken away. He does. Bruce Levinson does.
I think so, too.
I know, as a fan, as a sports guy, as a sports talk show host, I know for a fact that these teams, and not just in the NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL, have these conversations all the time. The executives, the inside people, have these conversations all the time. This one just happened to get out to the public.
Have discussions, have more talk.
This is that letter that I read to you, and I didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a discussion letter. I don't see anything racial about it, or racism, or racist about it. My opinion.
And I agree with your opinion. I think that it's a discussion letter, and he is expressing what he believes in, his thoughts, his feelings, and his expectations, and his goals.
And he's expressing what he sees in his arena. That's
right.
Basically what he's doing, right?
Right.
What he sees in his arena. And what he sees the difference from his arena to other arenas. Correct?
Correct.
So I don't see it. And, hey, if you think I'm wrong, then, hey, call in 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715. If you disagree with me, tell me why you disagree with me.
And voice your opinion.
Yeah, I don't. Now, hey, that's just it's my opinion. I know for a fact they have these discussions every single day during the season. Okay, what are we going to do this year? You know, they're planning their activities for this year already for the NBA. Every team is planning their activities during the halftime and getting ready. They have these discussions. What are we going to do to get more people in the arena this year? How are we going to make it safe for all these people? They have these discussions all the time. This discussion, he just happened to bring out to the public. That's all. That's how I see it. if you think I'm wrong, then voice your opinion. 619-663-3715. What do you think, Sean?
And pretty much that's what it was. It pretty much was the fact that it's a discussion letter, and I will agree with you, it's not as bad as the Donald Sterling situation.
I don't think, not even close. Not even close to what Donald Sterling said. Not even in the same ballpark. He's just this guy, Levinson, Bruce Levinson, is just stating facts. Stating facts. That's all. If you guys want to read the article, here, I'll put it in the chat room for you so you can read it. There you go. Right there. Well, voila. Just copy it and paste it and boom, blang, boom. There you go. So that's how I think about it. Lots of things going on in the sports world. I mean, holy freaking cannoli. It was happening like crazy this weekend. Wasn't it, Sean?
It was a lot of stuff, but that's why we have to report it.
Lots of things going on. We're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2-hour sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West. And if you live in the Central,
Gotta figure that out for yourself.
I would
it's
hope
that
so.
simple. If you don't, you got serious problems.
All right, Shoney, what do you got for me next, pal?
Okay, Jeff, the next story we get to, and this is for you, Encyclopedia Man. The Chicago Bulls have reached out to Ray Allen's representatives.
Oh, God.
The Chicago Bulls have touched base with the representatives of veteran shooting guard Ray Allen, a league source confirmed Monday. The Bulls are one of several teams interested in Allen. The Bulls have had an active offseason, adding free agents Pal Gasol and Aaron Brooks, rookie Doug McDermott, and European star Nikola Maritka.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
On paper, they have one of the deepest teams in the league and fully expect to contend for the championship behind Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, a fact they'll surely sell to Allen's reps.
See, I'd rather see him go to Chicago than see him go to Cleveland, Ray Allen. I hope he goes to Chicago instead of Cleveland.
I think it'd be a great move for the Bulls. They would realize that hey, Ray Allen's getting up there, but he can still be a threat from beyond the arc.
Oh, yeah. He'd be banging those threes out for Chicago. I know
Keep
Josh would
hating,
love that.
Jeff. I told you, by the way, to pay up your bet. That's what Encyclopedia Man says
Pay
to
on
you.
my bet for what? Pay on my bet for what? I'm the one who picked freaking Chicago to win next year. What are you talking about?
Was he saying? I know he tagged me on something today, didn't you, Encyclopedia Man? You tagged me on Facebook. You were talking about I think it was on this Ray Allen story. I have to go find it.
I'm not hating. What are you talking? Do I not speak English? Or are you hearing different?
All right, Encyclopedia Man. He tagged me today or something.
I said, Josh, even when LeBron went to Cleveland, even with Kevin Love in Cleveland, I don't give a flying fig Newton. I still think Chicago is better. Oh, we haven't even gotten there yet.
I told you, Jeff Escow and Sean, man. I'm on Facebook right now, and it says that I'm looking at it right now with the Ray Allen. Yeah, same thing, Ray Allen.
Yeah. Screw you, Ray Allen. Okay? They're collecting old people over there. But I still think Chicago's going to be better. I'm not hating on the Central. I picked freaking Chicago to win the whole freaking thing, you moron. How many more times do you want me to say it? I am picking the Chicago Bulls to win the East in the next upcoming season. Okay? Does that make it any freaking clearer? Hey, dude, take the wax out of your ears so you can hear me. Holy freaking Toledo, Batman.
35 minutes past the hour. Yeah, this move for the Bulls would give them, deep threat, three-point shooter.
I like the move.
And, of course, all the moves they've made in the offseason, I agree, Josh.
But they haven't made it yet.
Listen to what I'm saying, too, bud, okay? Jeff and I are picking the Chicago Bulls to represent the Eastern Conference. Pending if they win an NBA championship, that still is debatable. And, Jeff, your point about him going to Cleveland would not make sense for the Cavaliers. You know, him being a Cav just would not make sense. And you got to remember, you got to go all the way back to July, that when LeBron James signed with Cleveland, that Ray Allen pretty much wanted to follow LeBron James wherever he went. I don't think the move would work. If you look at that Cavs team, they are a young team, but they've got some pretty old veterans on that team.
They ain't going to win the East next year. Get the hell out of here.
He goes, I was talking about the Bulls. Calm your tits. So sensitive. I wasn't even talking about
I know you were talking about. I know you were. Josh, I know you were talking about the Bulls. And if you paid attention and actually listened to the show, go back and listen to several shows way back where we say when LeBron went to Cleveland, I don't care. I'm still picking the Bulls to win the East. It doesn't matter. I'm not changing my mind. The Bulls will win the East. I've been saying it ever since LeBron went to Cleveland. So don't tell me I'm not.
Yeah, and if you look at the way the East will be this year, it's going to be competitive. I think it's not going to be like it has been the last 4 years where it just has to go through Miami to get there. You're going to be looking at a lot of new teams when basketball season starts. You're going to have, of course, Cleveland. You're going to have the Bulls, Pacers maybe, but they're facing injury trouble. And then there's a bunch of other teams, maybe like the Wizards. Magic Johnson had a belief that the Wizards would be like the fourth best team in the East because they got Paul Pierce. I don't know about that. We'll see what Randy Whitman can do. Can the Wizards, Jeff, have the magic that they had last year by beating the Bulls in 5 games and taking Indiana to 6 games? That's still a debate.
It is still a debate. I don't really care if Ray Allen goes there or not. I'm still picking Chicago to win the East because I don't think Cleveland's got enough. I don't care if you have freaking LeBron James and Kevin Love over there. I give a flying fig Newton. They ain't winning the East.
No, they're not gonna win the East, and it's gonna be tough for them. But the Bulls, you got to like them. Another key selling point for the Bulls is Allen's relationship with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And it's all about connections, too. Okay, this story that I've talked about, even the encyclopedia man wanted me to talk about, too, is about, like, who you know. And I think, it's like if the Cavs didn't have Blatt as their coach, then you had Mike Brown, then there's a connection there. But now with Ray Allen, he could say, hey, look what I did in 2008, and I won it with Tom Thibodeau, who is kind of like the person who coordinated the defense because he was the defensive-minded head coach at the time. So it makes perfect sense for him to just say, I could sign a year or two with the Bulls because of that connection I have with Tom Thibodeau. And Thibodeau did great with other teams. He was with the New York Knicks. He was also a guy who worked with the defense on some of your great Knicks teams.
Right,
Jeff.
but Ray Allen has not signed with them yet, has he?
He hasn't signed with them, but I think it would be I think the Bulls would be his first choice. Cavs maybe number 3 or 4 second. I would say he could go to San Antonio. Dallas is in the picture. There's a number of teams out there that really want Ray Allen because of his three-point shooting.
As far as if I'm Ray Allen, there's only 2 teams I'm going to go to, and that's the Bulls and San Antonio. And San Antonio's interested in Ray Allen too. So those are the only 2 teams. If I'm going to play next year, those are the only 2 teams I'm going to play with because I want a chance to win.
I would be shocked if Ray Allen signed with the Dallas Mavericks. I don't see it happening. I know Mark Cuban has come out and expressed interest, but I would be shocked if you heard that Ray Allen has signed a 1-year or a 2-year contract with the Dallas Mavericks, and I would be stunned by that. But Mark Cuban doesn't want to go through a lot of rebuilding. He wants to keep putting together championship caliber teams.
Yeah, and that's what listen, after you've been in the league some more, don't you have that right?
Yep.
So for me, you should really only go play for 1 or 2 teams, either San Antonio Spurs or Chicago. And especially if you got Derrick Rose coming back. If Derrick Rose is coming back, come on. You put Ray Allen on the outside there where Derrick Rose driving down the lane and he dishes to Ray Allen on 3-point, poof, come on.
And that's the good thing about Ray Allen. When he comes off the pick and roll in a close game, if they need a 3 to win or a 3 to tie the game, he can come right off the pick and roll.
Wouldn't even have to. Wouldn't even have to with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose could drive the lane and people come at him. He could dish it right to freaking Ray Allen at the 3-point line and slap, blam. Wouldn't even have to set picks for that guy. You know?
But I know, Jeff, the NBA season isn't there.
Almost.
All eyes in the Eastern Conference are going to be on Chicago and Cleveland the whole way. Everybody will be watching both teams and just seeing where they're at.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
The first meeting between the Bulls and the Cavaliers is going to be Halloween night, October 31st, next month. That's going to be a great game, and that's going to be in Cleveland. And I will be watching that, I think, like we all will be, for 4 regular season meetings between the Bulls and the Cavaliers.
Most definitely. I'm kind of getting excited. Basketball season's coming. Hey,
I know you are. It's your favorite season.
Hey, you know the Knicks are going to hold training camp at West Point this year?
That's right.
How about that? How crazy is that?
They should be coming back to training camp pretty soon because the preseason in the NBA starts, I believe it's October 6th.
The New York Knicks will hold their training camp at the United States Military Academy for the first time since 1966. The team says Thursday it will practice on West Point from September 30th till October 4th at Christie Arena. How about that? Since I haven't been there since 1966. From September 30th, so at the end of the month, from September 30th to October 4th, they're going to be at West Point having training camp. How cool is that? So training camp's coming, boys and girls, for the NBA.
Yeah, training camp for the NBA, the NHL. The players are also back for training camp there because hockey starts October 8th. God. It would sound about right that the NBA preseason begins on the 6th of October, and then the NHL regular season.
So October, like at the beginning of October, we'll have all 4 sports going at the same time, right?
Pretty much. And then you got the NCAA college basketball. That's coming right up, too, around late October, early November.
Yeah, here comes the best part of the year right now. Here it comes, right in October time. Basketball starts and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Jeff will have all kinds of stuff to watch in his studio for college basketball
man.
and NBA.
College basketball, games everywhere, and all sorts of freaking computers. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wunderbar. Hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run to our very first update. Then we'll do our commercial, and we'll come back, and we'll start talking about some football. That should be some fun. You're listening to Jeff Escal, Sean Mann on SportsWorldRadio.com. This first update is brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. Football season is here, boys and girls, and basketball season and hockey season, they're all coming. Head on over to ShirtShopper.net. Get your sports shirts today. Just put your cursor over to the shirt, over sports tab, and the drop-down pick NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL. Get your sports T-shirt today from ShirtShopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, everybody, and thank you very much. This is Sean Mann for your first of 2 updates for Sports World Radio. We're at 44 minutes past the hour. Let's start in the NFL. Yes, season officially back, thank goodness. Thursday, you all know, 1 game complete. Seattle over Green Bay, 36-16. Here are the finals from yesterday. This was a classic game in the NFL. The Falcons over the Saints, 37-34 in overtime. The Vikings cruise past the Rams, 34-6. How about this game? The Steelers had a 24-3 lead at halftime, nearly blew the game to the Browns. They hold off the Browns 30-27 on a game-winning field goal late in the fourth quarter. The Eagles were down 17-0, and then they just took over in the second half. They prevailed 34-17 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The New York Jets, they got their first win of the year. They took on the Oakland Raiders 19-14. Cincinnati Bengals over the Ravens 23-16. In overtime yesterday, the Buffalo Bills, they take down the Bears 23-20. Texans over the Redskins by a score of 17-6. Tennessee Titans with an impressive first win against the Kansas City Chiefs 26-10. Another team with an impressive victory, the Miami Dolphins 33, the New England Patriots 20. The Carolina Panthers over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a score of 20-14. And yesterday, of course, in Dallas, it was very, very easy for the 49ers. They cruised 28-17. Sunday Night Football on NBC, it was the Denver Broncos holding off a Colts rally 31-24. Tonight's games in Monday Night Football, it's the traditional doubleheader. The first game you're going to have, it'll be the New York Football Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. After that game, it'll be the San Diego Chargers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The first game between the Giants and Lions, by the way, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 4:10 p.m. Pacific. And then at 10:20 p.m. Eastern Time, it is the Chargers and Cardinals, which is 7:20 out here in the West Coast. In Major League Baseball, real quickly, let's get everybody caught up on what's going on. Critical matchup in the American League Central. The Tigers have an 8-4 lead against the Kansas City Royals, and what will be really the American League Central with 6 meetings between these two teams. Interleague play, the Cubs taking on the Blue Jays, Orioles taking on the Boston Red Sox, the Oakland Athletics taking on the White Sox, Houston Astros at the Mariners, and one final from today, the Angels continue to keep rolling. They defeat the Indians by a score of 12-3. We move to the National League. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Washington Nationals. Pittsburgh Pirates at Philadelphia Phillies. St. Louis Cardinals at the Cincinnati Reds. Colorado Rockies at the New York Mets. Miami Marlins at the Milwaukee Brewers. And the last game, it'll be the San Diego Padres taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is the first update, which is complete. We're going to run to commercial. When we come back from commercial, we're going to be starting to talk and recap about all the NFL action from Week 1. You're listening to Sports World Radio, and this update was brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. Be right back after the commercial.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family. We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann doing this each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. If you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
It's 5 p.m., you jackasses. See, I just figured it out for them. Bunch of yokels. All right, so we had a big NFL. We had a big NFL weekend, didn't we, my friend?
Oh, there was a lot of big games in the National
Hey, you want to know
Football
something?
League.
I know. You want to know something really quick? I'm over at the our Pick'em group. Okay? I'm looking at our Pick'em group, and we got 1, 2, 3 people tied for first with 9 wins. And lo and behold, the 3 people that I like the least in this group are 1, 2, and 3. You know who number 1 is, right?
Who is it?
Pick 'em like the wind.
Oh, my gosh. Frank Sprankle.
The big wind. He's number 1. You know who's number 2?
Who?
Adrian. The little rat bastard. And you know who number 3 is?
Who?
Browning bastard. Andrew. The 3 people I like the least. How about that? Schmedley, you did better than me. Even Encyclopedia Man did better than me. Everybody did better than me except for 3 people.
Yeah, that's how the Yahoo Pro Football Fantasy Pick'em is going right now.
Rat bastards.
All right, so here's what we got today. The NFL Week 1 is
Okay,
just
hold on a
about
second. Hold on a second. Josh keeps saying, what bet? What bet did we make? He says, pay up your bet in the second hour. What bet did we make?
Oh, I think I know what that one is that something about the fact that Miami beat New England. I got to say something, Encyclopedia Man. Oh, cram it.
What bet did we make? 4:30 in the morning. Holy freaking Toledo, Batman. So we better get to that Philadelphia game first for Craig then, for TCB.
All right, National Football League. Yes, we'll get to the first game. The Eagles taking on the Jaguars. This was quite a game for a while. Jacksonville got up to a 17-0 lead, and Nick Foles and the Eagles engineered 34 unanswered points in the second half to prevail, 34-17. I was a little bit stunned. I was like looking on my phone. I was at work, and I said, am I dreaming this or something? Jacksonville is winning a game right now. And I said, please don't lose that in my pick'em. And look what ended up happening.
He didn't watch football yesterday, AA, or he said. Yeah, Philadelphia. I didn't see any of the early games. I didn't wake up until like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, so I didn't get to see any of the early games at all. I only got to see the afternoon games. I really enjoyed watching that San Francisco 49er game.
Oh, I know we'll get to that in just a sec there, Jeff.
That
but
game
yeah,
I
this
enjoyed.
game, the Eagles, they got off to a slow start.
Well, they were
Nick
down
Foles,
17-0 at one point?
Huh?
Were they down 17-0 at one point?
Yeah, they were down 17-0 at halftime. And I got the stats here. Chad Henne yesterday, he was 24 43. He threw for 266 yards. He threw for 2 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions. Nick Foles, on the other hand, he was 27 of 45. He threw for 322 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. I kind of had a feeling that Philadelphia could figure out a way to fix their adjustments and come back and prevail, and that's just what they did. They needed this game, get off to a good start. You're talking about the defending NFC East Division champions trying to win that division again. And you don't want to go out and lose to a team that has been kind of like the laughing stock of the NFL since like 08 or 07 or 05, because it's been a long playoff drought for the Jaguars. Actually, yeah, it's getting to be a long playoff drought.
Well, if I do it right this year, I'll only pick the Jags one time to win this year. One time. And it'll be in November when they play the Cowboys. I'm not picking the Cowboys to win that game.
Oh, I think we know what day we're talking about in November.
After that debacle that they showed last night.
So a good win for Philadelphia. They move on for week 2. They'll go up against Indianapolis next weekend. Jacksonville next weekend. The 0-1 Jaguars will be at the Washington Redskins next weekend.
And Washington didn't win yesterday neither. So that's going to be an interesting game. Okay, let's start from the top, and we'll just go back up from the top. Let's start with the New Orleans-Arizona game.
That was a classic game. And, as we mentioned on the NFL Real Talk show on Saturday, Jeff, mentioned before, time after time, it seems the Saints and the Falcons have always had some good games, some really close football games, and that was a good way to start the first week. 37-34, the Falcons against the Saints. And I know, Kenny, you got to be kicking yourself really hard after that one, and you got to be pretty frustrated that a Saints receiver fumbled the football in overtime that cost them the game.
Anybody pick Atlanta to have the most points this week? I almost got it right with Jacksonville. I mean, with Philadelphia, they had 34 points. Atlanta had 37. That's the most points so far this week. Yeah, I turned the TV on, and that was the end. It was the end of the game. All I saw was the game-winning field goal. And then they put on the other game, which we'll get to in a little bit.
I think with them winning it, the Falcons were probably like saying, the last couple of times we played him, we couldn't even move the ball a couple inches on 4th down. And, Jeff, I know you just made me laugh so hard when you talked about that because every time they played, the Falcons ended up losing in heartbreak. This time it's the Saints who lose in heartbreak, but it's only the first game of the season. And I hope to see another great matchup between the Falcons and the Saints. It just seems like it's always been 7 points or less, or even when it goes to overtime. So good win for the Falcons. They go to 1-0 and trying to bounce back from last year.
Yeah, so that high scoring. That was a high scoring game, very high scoring game. What they scored, 71 points in that game.
37-34. That was the final.
Yeah, high scoring game in that freaking point. All right, let's move on to the next game.
The next game, Jeff, before we get to another commercial break, the Minnesota Vikings, maybe we'll see an improvement out of them this year.
What?
You missed one. We all picked I believe we all picked the Rams in that game. I'm looking at my pick 'em right now.
I know I missed. I know I picked the
did.
Rams.
The Rams just played so flat. Yep, and they lost 34-6 to the
Well,
Vikings.
they lost Sean Hill too, the quarterback. Now they got their third string quarterback in there. Who's picking St. Louis next to win? Not me. They might go. They might not win a game all year. How sad is that?
Oh, the bet was on the NFL Real Talk show on Saturday where you two gave me crap for picking the Dolphins over the Patriots.
Yeah, but we didn't bet anything. We just gave you crap for it.
We'll get to that in a second there, Encyclopedia Man. We got a lot of other games to get to. Vikings, yeah, they look good. If I have the stats yesterday, Matt Castle, he was 17 of 25. He threw for 170 yards, 2 TD passes, and 0 INTs. And for the Rams, just the beginning of what probably could be a long season for them, Davis, 16 of 23, 192 yards. He had 1 interception in the game. Rams just played awful. Couldn't stop the Vikings at all yesterday.
Josh, you just got lucky. What happened to your freaking Chicago team? Who cares about the freaking Dolphins? What happened to the Bears? Losing to freaking Buffalo. That's a shame.
We'll get to that game in just a sec. The next game, since this was pretty easy between Minnesota and St. Louis, you know, Wes, since you're listening, I would start being concerned if I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. When your team is up 24-3 and you're dominating the Browns, I'm glad I picked up a point in my pick 'em for that, but you almost blew
They let
the
him
game
back in the
yesterday.
game.
I would be concerned before we go to commercial.
They let him back in the game, didn't they?
Yep, and a late field goal by the Steelers won it.
Yeah, let him back in the game, man. What the hell is that all about? Way to go, Ben Roethlisberger. Way to go, Steelers defense. And on that note, we're going to run to our top of the hour break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Shawn Man
on Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Shawn Man, bringing you the 2 hours of the fastest sports talk on the internet. All right, Sean, where we at?
All right, we were talking about, got to talk about it a little bit more, Jeff. Pittsburgh blowing the game. If I'm a Steeler fan right now, I'd start being concerned about the Steelers this season because, look, I know it's just one game. It's week 1. But the fact is you had the game won. What motivated the Browns is they went into halftime down by 21, had a big pep talk, and here they are making an unbelievable comeback, and they just about pulled it off, but they lose it by a late field goal. I'd be concerned there, Wes. What do you think, Jeff?
They better watch out, man. They better watch out, and they better play better because if you allow Cleveland to do that, and Cleveland stinks, you imagine what a good team's going to do?
Yep.
You know what I mean? A good team with a good quarterback, you imagine what they could have done?
Yeah, and how about Hoyer yesterday? Hoyer, you know, he was 19 of 31, 230 yards. He threw a TD pass and no interceptions. And Big Ben Roethlisberger was 23 of 34. He passed for 365 yards, 1 TD pass, and 1 interception.
Okay, we got to do something. Hey, Josh, you were absolutely right picking the Miami Dolphins. Way to go, buddy. Good job.
We'll get
you were
to that.
Absolutely
I
right.
know.
Okay, you were absolutely right, buddy. Good job. Way to pick them.
Yeah, way to pick him there, Joshy. Congrats. We'll get to that when we get there. Another game that, of course, is big because of Rex Ryan's job. The New York Jets, they prevail against the Raiders 19-14 this year to start the year out. Carr for the Raiders, the rookie quarterback, was 20 of 32. Jeff, I bet you were pretty upset about that because you were picking it as an upset special this weekend.
What was that? Say that again?
An upset special.
Yeah,
you said you were going to pick the Raiders to beat the Jets.
I know, and it didn't
on
happen.
The
I know, but it didn't. But listen, the Jets didn't freaking destroy the Raiders. Okay, it was a 19-14 game. Raiders had their chance. They just couldn't capitalize. That's all. The Raiders were in that game.
They were in the game. They had a chance to do it, and it just didn't happen.
No.
Just didn't happen. And the Jets. What I heard from Ron Jaworski yesterday is saying that one of the keys for the Jets is that if they want to be good this year, they're going to have to do exactly what we saw in today's game, and that is they're going to need to ground and pound. It's all about run the football for Rex Ryan and the Jets. And, of course, for them, they had a big 71-yard run, which was pretty much the difference. The Raiders made a game, and Geno Smith yesterday, he was 23 of 28. He threw for 221 yards. He had 1 TD pass and 1 interception in the game. And Jeff, I got to ask you, for the Jets, would you agree it's all about run the football for them pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. They don't got nothing else to do.
Andy Dalton.
How about
and the
that?
Bengals beat the Ravens 23-16.
Hey, who had a better day yesterday, Andy Dalton or Tony Romo?
Andy Dalton in a heartbeat, buddy.
Damn right he did. I'm going to be paying attention to that all season long.
Andy Dalton yesterday was 25 of 38. He threw for 301 yards. Mark it down on your papers, people.
Yeah,
he
you
threw
hear that,
1
Romo?
TD pass and no interceptions.
You hear that, Romo? No interceptions. You hear that, Romo?
Hear that, Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones.
Joe Flacco, on the other hand, he threw for 62 attempts. He was 35 of 62.
Hey,
he threw for
Adrian.
345 yards.
Adrian, what happened to your Baltimore Ravens over there? They lose to the Cincinnati Bengals over here, like I said they would.
And that's why we all said that the Bengals were going to be a tough team this year.
Hey, Josh, did you pick that game? Did you pick Tennessee over Kansas City? Who'd you pick in that game, Sean? Kansas City?
In the game, I do believe that I picked I'm looking at my picks right now.
I picked Kansas City in that game, and Tennessee won. What the hell's going on here?
Kansas City. I picked the Chiefs, and they just got
I got
defeated.
destroyed this week. I only got 6 wins.
I only gained 8 points.
I only got 6 points. How bad is that?
Long season,
I
though.
got to stop listening to Josh and start making my own picks.
So the Bengals yesterday at 23-16 watch out for them this year. The Bengals, like we said, are going to be back. And when you got Andy Dalton on
Andy
there,
Dalton,
you know he's going to be
you,
good.
man, he's gonna have a better year than Romo. I'm telling you. Like I said, I'm telling you.
And with him throwing 1 TD pass and no interceptions, wow.
Yeah, but you know something? Not even Andy Dalton can do a good job with Dallas because their defense stinks.
In overtime yesterday, the Buffalo Bills. Sorry about this encyclopedia, man.
What
How did that
happened?
happen? Beat the Bears 23-20 in overtime.
In Chicago. And not only that, my good friend EAJ man who lives in Buffalo was in Chicago at Soldier Field rooting Buffalo on. And he got to see Buffalo beat the Bears in Chicago. What is that crap all about? You should be ashamed of yourself as a Chicago Bears fan.
It's
losing
probably
to the
been a rude
Buffalo
awakening
Bills.
up there in Chicago. Yesterday, Emmanuel for the Bills quarterback was 16-22. He threw for 173 yards, 1 TD pass, and 1 interception.
Big deal. Big deal, you freaking play Buffalo. Hey, dude, you lost to them. That loss is going to come back to hurt, losing to Buffalo like that in Chicago. You should be ashamed of yourself there, Mr. Josh. As a Chicago Bears fan, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Jay Cutler was 34 of 49. He threw for 349 yards, 2 TD passes, and 2 interceptions.
I guess Laura doesn't like Romo either, because she's ripping him in the chat room too. We ain't even got to him yet.
Another game that was pretty easy was the Houston Texans. They prevailed by a score of 17-6 against the Redskins.
Who'd you pick in that game?
I picked the Redskins.
Me too, so it wasn't that easy, huh? We picked the wrong team. Freaking rat bastards. What the hell's going on? I hope this is my worst week I have. Because getting 6 points so far this week stinks. You know, I'm already 3 points behind. You know what though? You know what the red lining in this whole thing is, Sean? That Gary One Arm is in last place.
Well, he probably went silent after the Redskins lost to the Texans.
Gary's one arm Bandits only got 5 teams correct last week. Way to go, jackass. That's great. I'm so happy for him. I'm so glad he's a dead lad. Out of 19 players, he's 19th. I'm 16th, but hey, I'm not in last place. How great is that? And Laura, next time you speak to Gary, you tell him that I'm laughing at him because he's in last place. Okay?
Oh, so the Bears, they ended up losing, and of course the Texans winning. In this game,
how many times?
Kansas City
Sean,
Chiefs, and the Chiefs got flattened.
Sean, how many times did the Bears turn over the ball yesterday?
Let's take a look at the stats for the Chicago Bears. An encyclopedia man probably knows it. For turnovers yesterday, the Bears turned the ball over 3 times yesterday.
3 times. Wow, that's terrible.
Yes.
And all 3 times did they get the Buffalo Bills get points? All 3 times did the Buffalo Bills capitalize on the turnover and get points from it?
Yep, that's what encyclopedia man. I told the Bills capitalized on turnovers and field positioning. There was a lot of mental mistakes. I ain't worrying.
I know,
the
that's
Packers
why
got blown out while the Bears.
I know that's
overtime.
why. I know that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm just rubbing it in a little bit. That's all. I'm just rubbing it in a little bit. That's all. Because right now my Giants look terrible. They had one play. The guy ran for 10 yards. Way to go.
And in Kansas City, Missouri, at Arrowhead Stadium, the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that made
How
it to the
do they
playoffs, had good
lose?
expectation, got thumped.
How does the Chiefs get thumped in Kansas City, the second loudest stadium in the NFL by far, right behind Seattle? get thumped 26-10. How many interceptions did
Alex Smith?
That's his name, yeah. Alex Smith throw.
Alex Smith, his stats yesterday was 19 of 35. He threw for 202 yards, 1 TD pass, and he threw 3 interceptions.
That's the magic number, right? He's
3 interceptions.
Hey, he was out of bounds. That's the magic number. That's the magic number. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds.
And Locker for the Tennessee Titans. Jake Locker yesterday, he threw for 266 yards on 22 of 33, 2 TD passes, and 0 INTs.
That's the magic number. 3 interceptions. All the quarterbacks yesterday.
Well, maybe the Chiefs haven't fully recovered from blowing their playoff game against the Colts back in the AFC wild card.
They got the call right. He stepped out of bounds, and then he caught the ball. Ha! Told you.
In a game that was disappointing for me when I came home from work yesterday, the Miami Dolphins.
Hey, you know what?
Scored
Okay.
23 unanswered
Hold
points
on, Sean.
in the second half. Oh.
Sean, let's hold that. Let's hold the Dolphin talk. Let's run to a quick commercial break, and on the other side, we'll talk about your Patriots-Dolphins game. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2-hour sports talk on the internet each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. in the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Well, you're getting pretty quick with that, aren't you?
I sure am.
You're getting pretty quick with that, aren't you there, Snappy? All right, what game were we going to before we went to break?
On our
your game?
Went to break.
Your game, right?
The New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins. Been an old AFC East rivalry. Patriots got off to a 20-10 start in the first half. Patriots get outscored 23-0 in the second half, losing 33-20. Awful.
Did you watch that game?
If I would have not have worked, I would have been able to watch the game, but I couldn't. Tom Brady yesterday was 29 of 56. He threw for 249 yards, 1 TD pass, and 0 interceptions. Ryan Tannehill, he had a good day. He was 18 32. He threw for 178 yards, 2 TD passes, and 1 INT. Miami, for the second straight time, beats the Patriots in Miami. Ugly.
Beats the Patriots in Miami. How about that, dude? How about that right there? You guys losing to Miami. Josh, you got it freaking right.
He's laughing all the time, Encyclopedia Man is, because Saturday's show, he sticked it in our faces because he picked Miami for the upset special. So congrats there,
He got the upset special.
Man.
He got his upset special right. Big freaking deal. Woo-hoo. Way to go, bro. You're the man. Okay? There you go.
So Miami, they can always play the Patriots well. Everybody's wondering, could this be maybe the year that maybe Miami could make some noise in the AFC East? We'll see. It just depends on anybody who can overtake and challenge the New England Patriots.
When was the last time the New England Patriots were in last place in the AFC East?
I believe the last time was I think it was back in 2000.
Well, they're in last place now, aren't they?
They lost their opener against Buffalo.
Well, they're in last place now, aren't they?
Yeah, the Patriots got to go back and fix their mistakes because they just got destroyed in that second half.
Yeah, you got a problem, my friend. You got a big problem. At one point, Brady, had 34 yards?
Yeah, 34 yards in the second half. It was an ugly second half for Bill Belichick's New England Patriots as they lose their first opener since 2003 when they got shellacked 31-0 against the Buffalo Bills. So now, looking down the road, the Patriots head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, and they better be prepared because Minnesota did win 34-6 yesterday.
Yeah.
The next game we get to, we're getting close to the game that Jeff always enjoys getting a laugh about, and I got something on Jerry Jones. We'll get there in just a sec. Late games, the Carolina Panthers go into Tampa Bay and hold off the Buccaneers 20-14.
Who would have expected that? I picked Tampa Bay for that game. Who'd you pick?
Am I picking
Hike the
them?
ball.
I went with the Carolina Panthers over the Buccaneers.
You went with Carolina, huh?
Yeah, I picked Cam Newton's Carolina Panthers to go in there and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I picked Tampa Bay. That was my upset. I thought they were going to be better. But I guess not. You better freaking throw the ball, you jackass.
Derek Anderson started at quarterback for the Panthers yesterday, Jeff. He went 24 of 34, passed for 230 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 0.
How about that? They won without Cam Newton. How about that? They won without Cam Newton.
Had to. They had to realize, look, we got to move on without him, and we just got to go out there and play a good game. And Derek Anderson did. He moved the ball very well down the field. And McCown for the Buccaneers was 22 of 35, threw for 183 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions.
Way to go, Giants. 3 and out for the Giants. It's 7-0 Detroit with Giants getting ready to punt the ball back. Way to go, Giants.
I think anybody would be Encyclopedia Man, be disappointed in the Buccaneers. Like Frank Sprinkle said last Tuesday or a couple weeks ago, the Buccaneers are a couple years away from being contending. I don't know if they're going to be a serious threat this year in the NFC. We'll see with the Buccaneers. It's hard to say. They haven't won a playoff game, I think, since that Super Bowl victory against the Oakland Raiders.
Well, Lovie Smith is over there, right? He's their head coach, right?
Right.
They're going to be good. They're going to be good. Come on. You don't think they're not going to be good?
Better.
They'll be better than they were last year, I think.
Better, but there's still some holes they got to fix.
And they're in a tough division to begin with, man.
The late game that I watched on Fox Sports yesterday that I got on TV, how about this? The San Francisco 49ers against the Dallas Cowboys.
And you want to know something, Sean? Sean, you want to know something? It's really the only game I watched yesterday.
I knew you would be because you know that with Jerry Jones being disgusted as owner and president and general manager.
It's kind of disgusting that I had to root for the 49ers. But then again, I wasn't rooting for the 49ers. I was just rooting against Dallas.
Today, Skip Bayless came out and said, Les said today, even though how badly the Cowboys played yesterday, he still believes that the Dallas Cowboys, Skip Bayless said, will bounce back and win the division and possibly make the NFC Championship game, with especially how bad the Packers and Saints are.
What, are you kidding me, Skip? Your Dallas Cowboys and your Cleveland Browns had a great showing on Sunday, didn't they? There's your Super Bowl teams at best there, buddy.
The Browns at least made it a game, unlike Dallas.
And let me explain something to you. And I know you backpedaled off the Cowboys in Cleveland and you went to New England and Seattle. Well, New England didn't fare any good against Miami, did they? So 3 out of your 4 Super Bowl teams stunk up the field on Sunday, didn't they? You rat bastard. Who are you going to pick next week for your Super Bowl teams? He is just unfreaking believable, man.
Well, when I came home, I saw it was 28-3 49ers, and I noticed yesterday there were Cowboy fans who were booing the Cowboys yesterday.
Great. I think there was more 49er fans in Cowboy Stadium than were Cowboy fans yesterday.
I saw that.
How great was that? The only person who was happy about that was Jerry Jones, because he's the only one making any money.
Well, he did clap a little bit when a touchdown was scored. Colin Kaepernick yesterday was 16-23, threw for 201 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and no interceptions.
Come on. I know Romo's stats. Just throw them out there.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Romo was 23-37, 1 TD pass, and may I say, not once did he get picked, but not twice, but 3 times he got picked off yesterday.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Isn't that the 3rd quarterback yesterday that got picked off 3 times?
Yep.
3 is the magic number, ain't it?
Yeah, he's such a below-average quarterback, Romo
Oh,
is.
my God. Hey, what was his QB rating? It's like a 69-something, right? 69.4 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You know what Andy Dalton's QB rating was yesterday?
What?
A 98-point-something. Hey, Romo.
And what would you say about Jerry Jones?
Told you. You got no clue on what you are doing. And you're going to
apparently for
lose.
Skip Bayless, it's like Skip Bayless says, hey, don't worry. The Cowboys bounce back. They're going to still win that NFC East division and go to the NFC Championship game.
Skip Bayless
Skip
Bayless is drinking out of the same fountain as Jerry Jones. Because they're the only 2 schmucks that see it. The only 2 that see it.
And then he probably would say, yeah, I told Mr. Eskow I would be right and he would be wrong. And I would say, yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, going to the playoffs, and making a deep threat in January.
You know where they're going, Skip? They're going to be playing golf in January. That's where they're going.
And then he'll be like, where's Skip Bayless at? Oh, he went in his hole or he went to home or something.
Hey, Skip, if you're so sure that they're going to be in the Super Bowl, just bet me. Just bet me.
Laura, good point. Romo was awful yesterday. It was funny watching Aikman comment on the game. Well, he had to, even though he used to be the Cowboys quarterback. There hasn't been a good quarterback since Aikman.
Romo stinks, and he proved it yesterday.
I saw an article before we get to the next game on Yahoo Sports that says, right now, Jerry Jones is officially in trouble in Dallas after the shellacking yesterday.
No kidding. Officially in trouble. It's been 3 years in the making.
And he...
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I found it right here. Jerry Jones blind to enemy colors. Why fans are turned off by Cowboys. The swaths of red San Francisco 49ers red spread and leached through the stands at AT&T Stadium, like Jeff pointed out.
That was great.
It was all over the end zones.
It was great. More 49er fans than Cowboy fans at Cowboy Stadium. It was beautiful. That's what you get, Jerry Jones. You got an average football team with a below-average quarterback. You ain't going nowhere.
Jerry Jones said he didn't notice about the fans. He goes, did you count? He asked the number of Niner fans in attendance. He goes, he owns the Cowboys and owns the building, so he's getting paid no matter what. There were 91,174 here, so it was a good day for business. That's the way he looked at it. He goes, I call it a business.
Me. That's the fat lady warming up. Because she's coming.
And I have another point to make here, okay?
Ooh.
Jason Garrett, they also said that his job, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they said it yesterday. They said Jason Garrett's job security isn't the best right now. And especially after that performance, what we saw,
I wouldn't think so, and I would not be shocked if Harbaugh is the quarterback next year.
Be the coach? Yeah, Harbaugh leaves, and how about that? Jim Harbaugh coaches against Dallas, whatever the result, leaves, ditches San Francisco, and heads to Big D.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Not one bit. Not one stinking bit. You know?
Well, I did hear Cowboy fans boo yesterday.
There was a lot of booing going on yesterday. I liked it.
And then it was Skip Bayless's comment. Jeff's like, gosh, I can't stand that guy.
He's a moron. If he still thinks the Cowboys have a chance to make the Super Bowl and win the NFC East with that defense that they have, they're freaking nuts. And he's nuts. And on that note, we're going to run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. Need a coffee? Do you need a new coffee machine? You're looking for coffee? You need some tea? Head on over to KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, everybody, welcome to the last update for Sports World Radio. Let's get everybody caught up on what's going on in Major League Baseball right now. Key matchups going on. In Detroit, a game has gone final. The Tigers needed a big win against the Royals. They got it. They take the game 9-5 against the Royals today, and now they're just right there. Percentage points with the Royals for the American League Central. The LA Angels of Anaheim pretty much are going to have the home field advantage throughout all of the playoffs. They prevail again 12-3. Mike Scioscia's done some job with that team, moving them to 88-55. It also hurts the Indians because the Indians are a team that's battling it out with a bunch of other teams for the second wild card spot. Another team that's trying to make noise in the American League wild card, that's the Toronto Blue Jays hosting the Chicago Cubs in interleague play. Right now, that game is no score, 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. The Baltimore Orioles, who came back yesterday and won, trying to get that division all squared away for the first time in 17 years, are taking on the Boston Red Sox, a team that won the World Series last year, but of course now just playing spoiler. That game is tied at 0. They have completed one inning of play at Fenway Park. The Oakland Athletics taking on the Chicago White Sox tonight. The Athletics, of course, have been on a bit of a slump, trying to hold on to the number 1 wild card spot in the American League. A team that is chasing the Oakland Athletics in that American League West, leading the second wild card, actually a game behind the Detroit Tigers for the second wild card. Seattle Mariners, they are hosting the Houston Astros tonight. Other games that we have going on, National League. The Nationals lead the Braves 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Top second, the Pirates and the Phillies are scoreless. Cardinals and Reds, that game is scoreless, top second. Bottom of the first inning, the Mets lead 1-0 against the Rockies. And two other games we have. We got the Marlins taking on the Brewers, and the Padres taking on the Dodgers. In the National Football League tonight, Monday Night Football, here's what we got. Lions up a touchdown over the Giants. They are threatening for more points as they are in the red zone. Other game, Chargers taking on the Cardinals for the day-night doubleheader for ESPN Monday Night Football as it is back. That is the update for Sports World Radio, the last one. This update was brought to you by KeurigCoffeemachines.com. We'll be right back after this commercial with more sports talk.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Chloe is 9 months old.
She is the greatest thing ever.
One little smile, one little laugh. Anybody? We would do anything for her. My name is Kim Bryant, and my husband and I made a will on LegalZoom.
It was really easy to do.
We created LegalZoom to help you take care of the ones you love. Go to LegalZoom.com today and complete your will in minutes. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Giants down 14-0 already. They've had 3 offensive plays and they're down 14-0. Game over. Freaking Giants suck.
Yeah, the game pretty much is over. I'm seeing it right now. Detroit just scored, so need some work the Giants do in order to get back and win this game. Now, another game that we get to, Sunday Night Football on NBC last night. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth called this game. The Denver Broncos got off to a great start. They got off to a 24-0 lead, and they just about let the game slip away. They hold off the Indianapolis Colts 31-24.
I didn't get to see that game at all. Did you?
I did. I watched it, Jeff, and I felt like, okay, 24-0, this game's pretty much over. Peyton's having his way. Denver will win the game. But the Colts did make this an interesting game in the second half. They cut it. I thought, okay, 24-10. I don't think it's. And then they got up 31-10. I thought, wow, now it's really changed. And then 31-24. Stats for Peyton Manning yesterday: he was 22 of 36, 269 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. And for Andrew Luck, he was 35 of 53, 370 yards, 2 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. The effort was there, but just fell a little bit short.
Just a little bit short, huh?
Yeah, like I've said about Pittsburgh blowing a 21-point lead, I think it's the same thing with Denver. If I were the Broncos, I'd be like, okay, we played great on offense, but what happened to us in the second half? They just about came back and made it a game.
Yes, they did. Almost.
I think the Broncos, like I've been saying it all along, and they were even saying it last night, Jeff. Can the Broncos recover? Will they have a chance to recover and get back in the Super Bowl run? Will they be a team that can be there? With their performance last night, I don't know. Colts were that close, and they were at midfield, and they just failed on 4th and 6.
I didn't get it. Yeah, they couldn't move the ball 6 stinking yards? What the hell's the matter with them? 6 stinking yards? Giants can't move the ball 1 stinking yard, let alone 6.
Encyclopedia Man has Peyton Manning and another player on his fantasy football team from the Broncos. So Denver goes to 1-0, but yeah, I think that's the big question. Will they recover? Will they be the team that we see out of the AFC
I
this
hope
year?
not. I hope not. And Peyton Manning finally gets his victory over the Indianapolis Colts, and now he's beaten every team in the NFL. Right?
That's right.
So there you go. There's that. So now you have that. There's another notch in Peyton Manning's belt. Big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, but I was saying to some Bronco fans on Facebook on a sports group, look, the Broncos did move the ball. They did play well, but they need to go back and fix their defense if they're going to be big this year. I think that's still going to be a problem, is that how their defense is going to be, what they're going to look like. Are they going to be a threat? We know they're going to be there in the AFC, but just how big of a threat are they going to be? That's going to be the big question as the season
There's a lot of injuries in yesterday's games as well, too, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Lots of injuries. I mean, the Colts lost Mathis for the season with a torn Achilles, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. There's a bunch of other people that got hurt in yesterday's games. A lot of people, man. And I thought the NFL was for safety. If people are getting hurt the first game of the week, first game of the year, what's going to happen when they start playing a Thursday and a Sunday game? Or a Sunday and a Thursday game like Baltimore's got? Baltimore played Sunday. Now they got to play this Thursday. That's ridiculous.
That's why I wish that they wouldn't have to put in Thursday night games. I just wish they could just do Sunday and Monday and then play Saturday games in December. That's the kind of NFL I like. Now it's like all of a sudden it's becoming like an everyday thing. 3 days a week.
Yep.
For 3 days. Thursday night, Sunday, and then Monday. And then the teams get a real short time off, and then they got to go right back at it again.
So let me ask you, what was the biggest, in your opinion, what was, in yesterday's games, what was the biggest upset for you, in your eyes?
I would say the biggest upset after week 1, I'm going to say it was the Minnesota Vikings. Who would have thought that they would have played so well to go into St. Louis and thump them by 28 points? They just absolutely took them out. The Vikings had a good preseason, and I'm sure Viking fans are saying, well, this is good. Maybe we're going to get back to the winning ways. But that's the way I look at it. Vikings over the Rams. That's what I think was the big upset for me.
Thanks, Josh. That's right. Clowney got in Clowney's MCL injury yesterday. Pierre-Paul is hurt now for the Giants. A bunch of injuries yesterday. So you're saying that the Minnesota game, with Minnesota scoring 34 points, was a kind of a shocker to you, right?
It was, because
let me ask you a question.
We all said Minnesota would be bad on the NFL Real Talk.
Well, let me ask you another question then. All right? Was New England losing to Miami a shocker to you? A bigger shocker to you, or Minnesota?
New England losing was a bigger shocker for number 1, and then number 2 was Minnesota going into St. Louis.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Because I didn't think anybody expected the Patriots to play as bad as they did yesterday and then just get dominated in the second half. That concludes the games, and, of course, we got our games going on right now. Going back to the Dallas Cowboys real quickly before we go to the other final commercial break. Cowboy fans, the day after losing, are frustrated, disgusted, angry. The issue begins and ends with Jones, the GM. He's joked, admitted for years that his performance in putting together the team has been so poor that he would get fired if he didn't also own the team.
Giants went for it on 4th and 4 and blew it. This team stinks. Oh, it's 4th and 4 now. That was their. This team stinks, man.
Another big story here, Jeff, about the Cowboys. What Jones can't seem to see or hear or fathom is that this Cowboy season appears bleak and long and hopeless. His fan base has apparently come to accept. Cowboy fans are disgusted the day after, lighting up the Dallas radio station saying, this is going to be a long year. This is frustrating. We want to win a Super Bowl for the first time in 19 years. Stop losing games.
And Detroit just blocked the punt.
Getting ugly.
It is getting ugly. It almost makes me want to change the channel. Hey, we're going to run to a quick final break of the day. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio, final segment of the day. Hey, we do this show each and every Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. on the Pacific, 6 p.m. in the East, and if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Now, if you haven't followed us on Twitter yet, head on over to Twitter and follow us at SportsWorldRadio.com, at Sports World Radio, I'm sorry. Like us on Facebook page at Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Okay? If you're hanging out in our chat room right now, there's a little heart right next to the bubble where the chat room comes up. Click that heart and like this show. Tell all your peeps, this is the weirdest and the wackiest sports show on the internet. I can guarantee you that. What do you got for me next, Sean?
I was actually going to ask you, Jeff, this is kind of the next story. What was your big upset of the day in the NFL?
My big upset of the day? for me, it's going to have to be the New England losing to Miami. I never expected that in a million freaking Jiminy Cricket years. Never.
Yeah,
Never expected it.
I was stunned by that, and I know a lot of people were, except for the encyclopedia man who's getting a big laugh out of it and stuff too about. But I think there was a lot of other big upsets. You had New England losing against Miami real quickly, Buffalo going into Chicago and upsetting the Bears in overtime. I know that's got to be upsetting to.
That's a big upset, and you know what really irks me? That he's not upset that Buffalo beat Chicago. He's more happy that Miami beat New England. That's what really. His team lost yesterday, and he's more happy that you and I lost the pick. How crazy is that?
And and he's happy about it. He was even telling me that on Facebook Messenger yesterday.
How crazy is that? He's more happy that he picked Miami, and you and I picked New England, and we said that Miami is not going to win, than his team losing to Buffalo. Exactly. His team lost to Buffalo, and he's not upset. You should be upset about it.
You should be, and there should be a lot of frustration in Chicago right now. He goes, look, I'm mad about the Bears losing, but I move on. That's what he said.
My team is getting their head handed to them, and I'm getting pissed. I'm ready to turn this game off. That's how pissed off I'm getting. It's 14-0. You know how many plays Eli's ran? I think 10, and that's it. 10 plays. Maybe even 9. It's disgusting.
But that's what Encyclopedia Man. Like, I'm mad about the Bears losing, but I move on, Jeff.
Okay, so then move on from freaking the Miami New England game, you rat bastard.
He just wants to stick it in my face.
He just wants to stick it to us.
He's all happy that the Patriots got shellacked in the second half.
He just wants to stick it to us. He enjoys sticking it to us.
Here's what he said. Unlike these so-called Chicago Bears fans who become Packers fans every time the Bears lose, but I remain a fan even if they win or lose.
That's good. That's what you're supposed to be. You're a fan of the team.
And now he's bringing Packers into the whole subject.
Well, he's right, because the Packers lost yesterday on Thursday, so who's hey? So Minnesota is leading that division right now?
Minnesota right now is in first place in the division.
How funny would that be if Detroit happens to lose this game tonight, which I don't see happening, but happens to lose this game tonight, Minnesota be in first place? Holy freaking Toledo, man. All by themselves? Who would have expected that? Who even expected New England to be in last place?
I didn't.
Exactly.
That makes me sad, too.
My Giants are going to be freaking hanging out with the Dallas Cowboys in last place with Washington.
Jerry Jones will get a laugh out of that because, after all, he always guarantees victories and say that the Cowboys are always better than the Giants.
They stink, the Giants. They just stinking it up right now.
But here, Encyclopedia Man, yeah, it's going to be a rough ride, I'm honest, but I don't harp on it like everybody who has a stroke if their team loses.
Yeah, they're just playing like, I'm not even enjoying this game, to tell you the truth.
Well, at least you're not in Dallas, Jeff, where Cowboy fans are so disgusted with their team's play.
They should be.
And then at least you're not dealing with Skip Bayless, who says Dallas is going to win the NFC East and go to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. He's smoking some good stuff, Skip Bayless, if he thinks that the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East and make the Super Bowl. He's drinking out of the same fountain Jerry Jones is, and that's some funky juice they're drinking.
Well, let me ask you something, Jeff. If he says that Dallas will win the NFC East, I'm going to say that you'll probably say there'll be no more Sports World Radio if Dallas takes the NFC East, huh?
It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Not the way Philadelphia is. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and Cowboy fans are really angry the day after losing by 11. There was some sitting in their seats just saying, oh, another long year here in Arlington, Texas, and in Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yeah, Skip Bayless said Seattle and New England is his new Super Bowl. I know, so New England got spanked by Miami yesterday. So is Cleveland and Dallas, two teams. Cleveland, Dallas was his original pick. They lost yesterday. And his new pick, New England and Seattle, New England lost yesterday. So three out of his 4 Super Bowl teams that he's picked so far lost yesterday. Way to go, dude.
He's got to be happy about Seattle, though, because Seattle thumped Green Bay on Thursday night.
Seattle didn't miss a step, looks like, man. Looks like they didn't miss a freaking step.
Skip Bayless said this went Encyclopedia Man. He's a Seattle Seahawks marked now.
Yeah,
LOL,
he's
shaking my
yeah,
head.
so now he's changed his mind totally, 100%, and now he's going with everybody else and go with Seattle. Boy, that's a tough pick you got there.
And then you notice how Skip says, my Seattle Seahawks?
Screw you, Seattle. Screw you, Skip Bayless. Can't stand that guy. Why don't you kiss some more ass?
And then he'll probably be saying, I'm just waiting to stick it to Eskow because I could say, and then he could say, I'm always right and he's always wrong and he doesn't know anything
Hey, Bayless, hey, Bayless, I got an idea. Why don't you shove your nose further up their ass? You brown-nosing son of a bitch, you.
Well, I remember the video you posted on YouTube about Skip Bayless about how he, oh my gosh.
Can't stand it. Why don't you stick your nose further up their ass, Skip Bayless? Come on. You brown-nosing son of a bitch, you. Unstinking believable. Hey, you know what? We're getting the flock out of here just a tad early today. It's really warming up at the studio, and I'm dripping wet here, so I'm going to go. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today at Sports World Radio. We really appreciate it. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please always remember and never forget, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, live it proud. I screwed the whole thing up, Sean, and I don't remember the rest. We're getting the flock out of here. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Eskow. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
See you tomorrow, and goodbye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.